Let's go to Rupert Bell, our royal correspondent, who joins us now. Good morning to you. Another busy week for you.
Yes, Julia. I've had this one in mind that this might require some concentration after the derby at the weekend. So certainly intriguing. And I have to say, just for your information, that 130 years ago, when Edward VII appeared in court, my family were involved because
Of course they were.
Because my great-grandmother's father is where the venue was the scene of the alleged card scandals that took place.
I keep telling everyone how posh you are. I mean, if my family were involved, they were probably, you know, I don't know, the servants at the court. I mean, you're so grand. I love this. OK, from that insight, let's forget Harry. We're going to talk about that case 132 years ago. No, we're not. Let's talk about, I mean, not what's happening ins and outs and him not turning up to the court, but in terms of the circumstances around this case. And that is, this is a man who absolutely hates journalists. He hates British journalists in particular. He blames the British media for everything wrong in his life. His mother's death, his falling out with William, or intrusions to his privacy. And yet this is a man who's happy to, whenever he feels like it, you know, effectively sell his private life to the highest bidder, whether it's Netflix, Oprah Winfrey, claims they didn't pay, but I think made a donation to their charity in the tune of millions, and his book Spare. How does that sit, do you think, this idea that you want your privacy except when you choose to sell it?
Well, comes back to he wants all the trimmings without the trappings. End of. Because he wants to basically control his narrative. Well, today he's not going to be able to, because Andrew Green is going to be an attack dog, and it's going to test him to the max.
That's the defence KC, the barrister, yeah.
And because he is going to have to be at his... Well, you know, Andrew Green's going to go after him. That's his reputation. He's got a reputation for basically not holding back in a sort of slightly charming, disarming kind of way. But Harry's going to have to be at his intellectually strongest to deal with this.
Well, good luck with that.
Well, this will be the test. It's all right for him being softly with Oprah and never being challenged on any of the things that he said. Everything will be challenged today, and he will find that very disconcerting.
Well, that's the thing also, it's our truth. Well, no, you need factual basis for making a claim. You can't just make a claim. Now, whether he wins or not, that's the thing, is an awful lot of what they say, you know, Piers Morgan was right, you know, about Meghan Markle. You know, you can't believe a word she says. He was quite right to have said that at the time. It's been proved subsequent to be true. And we've got the same issues with Prince Harry. Yes,
and the thing is, though, if he wins the case, then that's fine. But it's been someone has analysed the facts of this case. Have they got, as Dominic alluded to, the smoking gun that proves the case, that they have got a case to stand for? And Harry has a point. Yeah. But this is going to be the thing. There are 33 different incidents and articles being investigated, and that will be questioned on every single one of them. It's not going to be easy for him, and Harry is putting himself on the firing line once again, and he could be left certainly floundering by the end of it if it goes against him.
And we know that Buckingham Palace is very much opposed to this, and he sort of blames Buckingham Palace for not sort of standing up on this issue much sooner. Shall we see how that goes? He's also facing, interestingly, today, he's the subject of a case in the United States as well. This is a US judge hearing an appeal from a conservative think tank, this is the Heritage Foundation, over the Duke of Sussex's US visa application. They wanted to be made public because you can't get a visa to the United States unless you, unless you say, no, you have not taken any illegal drugs, any other controlled substances. That is grounds to deny a US visa. And they say his visa application should be made public because in his book Spare and in the Netflix documentary, he detailed copious drug use, marijuana, cocaine and psychedelic mushrooms. How do you think this is going to end?
He will stay in America, whatever. But the reason this has come about is because he left himself exposed by what he said in his book, because then it's an opportunist for this think tank to then say, well, OK, look what Harry's into this country. He's admitted all this, so he left himself a hostage to fortune. So he's got more spotlight on him as a result of him spilling the beans in his book and his Netflix. And that's the reason for this, because they're just saying to the immigration authorities, well, how did he get in? Look, he's not going to be thrown out.
No.
It's clearly opportunistic of this think tank organisation, but it shows the position that Harry has got himself in by talking so openly. He's left himself in this kind of situation.
And I wonder again if that's his failure to sort of take advice. Oh, yeah, everyone's happy, you know, at Penguin because we're going to sell more books with those sort of revelations and lots of publicity. But what are the knock-on effects of that? Rupert Bell, always good to talk to you.